All right, in this video, we're going to go over numbers 6 and 7 from the Chapter 2 review. So this is a regression problem where we have a data set, we've got some x coordinates and some y coordinates, and we want to know what is the equation that we can write that shows us the relationship between these quantities. And in this case, they actually told us that it's going to be linear, so that's very friendly. If you need help with like the technical aspect of that, figuring out the line, putting that information into your calculator, either just search on YouTube TI-84 linear regression, or if you go to the lesson homework about linear regression, there's some videos linked in there to show you that. I'm going to more show you how to actually answer these questions once you have the information from your calculator. So the first thing is your calculator should just give you the equation there. So I just need to write it down. And it's going to be, y equals 2.9898x minus 76.12. And make sure that you put in, follow the directions there, rounded to the hundredths place, no spaces, that type of thing. What is the R value? Your R value also should be told to you by your calculator. If you don't see that, send your teacher a message to help you. It's a setting on your calculator that has to be toggled on, so make sure that you do see that. If you don't see that, send your teacher a message before you get to the test. You should get basically 1. Now, I'm not looking at my calculator right now, but when rounded to the hundredths place, at least, this is 1. So that's what we're going to write down here, 1.00. And then we're going to use that equation to make a prediction. And so we're going to predict if the income was 60,000, which is our x value, what would the loan amount be? So we just need to plug in 60,000 to our equation. Best way to do that is using your table feature on your calculator. If you do that, you're going to get 178,723 and 88 cents. Now the residual is the difference between what we actually saw happen and what my equation says should happen. And so my residual is the actual amount, which is $178,800 minus my prediction, which is $178,723.88. And if I do that subtraction, I should get $76.12. It should be positive because it's always actual what happened in the table minus the prediction. All right. So that first part, this is number 6. Number 7 then is kind of asking us to interpret some of these things. What does the R value mean? What is the meaning of the slope? What is the meaning of the y-intercept? And R value, remember, R is always a number between -1 and 1, and the closer to either -1 or 1, the stronger the correlation. And then we want to say which side it's on. So is it a positive correlation or a negative correlation? So in this case, we would say we have a very strong positive correlation. Now, if the value is actually 1, not rounded to 1, then that would actually be the strongest possible positive correlation. And so you could say that that's the answer here because that's how we recorded the R value. Slope, always just remember, is change in y over change in x. And my y, my slope in this case, is 2.98, and that's loan amount over 1 income. And they're both in dollars. So basically what we're saying is for every $1 of income that we make, they're going to be willing to loan us $2.98. The y-intercept, just like for explaining the slope, I want to think about, okay, well, what is slope? And then fit these variables to it. I'm going to think about, well, what is y-intercept? Y-intercept is a point. It's 0, comma, some number, which in this case is negative $76.12. So this means with an income of 0, we would expect, excuse my handwriting with the stylus, we would expect a loan of negative $76.12. Now, on one hand, that makes sense. If we don't have any income, they're not going to loan us anything, but they're also not going to, what is a negative loan? They're going to charge me? They're going to charge me for not making any money? Now, that doesn't quite make sense, but that's what it means in this case. All right.